I am Roosevelt Montas, and I am here to introduce the last segment of our conference today on the mindful community. So I will say a few words about mindfulness, and then I will say a few words about community and introduce you to this segment. So mindfulness. We've heard a lot about it today. Mindfulness means paying attention, paying close attention, paying conscious attention. Conscious attention means that when you're paying attention, you know that you're paying attention. And mindfulness is remembering to pay this kind of attention, remembering to pay close, conscious attention. There's a story about the Buddha. Shortly after he attained enlightenment, he was walking on a road and crossed paths with a man. And this man was struck by the radiance and the peacefulness that the Buddha exuded. And he approached the Buddha and asked him, "Sir, what are you? Are you a god or a celestial being?" The Buddha said, "No." "Are you a magician or a sorcerer?" The Buddha said, "No." "Are you a man?" The Buddha said, "No." "Then what are you?" And the Buddha said, "I am awake." The mindful state is a state of wakefulness. And I don't mean anything transcendent or spooky. I mean ordinary, simple wakefulness. Mindfulness is maintaining an open, non-grasping, non-judgmental interest in something. It is maintaining a quality of attention that looks at phenomena arise and unfold without imposing on it our own narrative, without imposing our own experiences, imposing our expectations, our hopes, our wishes, but simply seeing what is there. Sometimes this is called bare attention. Attention that is luminous, pure, radiant. A kind of attention that's not concerned with getting something. A kind of attention that's not interested in manipulating or in influencing, in gaining something from the act of attention. It is attention that doesn't label, doesn't evaluate. It is a kind of attention that doesn't even try to understand, but simply sees, simply observes. It is attention without judgment. It doesn't take much to see that these qualities of mindful attention are exactly the qualities that underlie healthy relationships. When we cultivate mindfulness, we cultivate the capacity to form meaningful, genuine, caring bonds. And these are the bonds that make community possible. The very bonds that are built, upon which communities are built. So our mindfulness practice is a practice that we do individually, but it's never an individual activity. Cultivating this kind of wholeheartedness will invariably touch those around you. We practice mindfulness not just for our benefit, but for the benefit of all beings. Aristotle said a long time ago that man is by nature a political animal. It's an astute observation. We are the sort of creatures that will naturally form and live in communities. We are all part of a community. In fact, Aristotle goes so far as to argue that individuals don't really exist. We never exist as isolated beings. We are always in communities. So, can we bring mindful attention to our existing communities? Can we bring mindful attention to our everyday relationships with people? Can we see others distinctly, with clarity, with compassion? And more, can we form mindful communities? Our three speakers in this segment, Rabbi Roger Ross, Mariana Vergara, and Derek Hall, will each draw on their experiences to tell us something about how to form mindful communities. As you listen to them, I want to plant three seeds in your minds about mindfulness and community. The first one, in relating to others, trust the power of truth. You cannot have a true relationship with someone except on the basis of sincerity. And sincerity is the practice of emotional truth. Your heart cannot be there. Your heart cannot be present unless it is accompanied by truth. The second seed I'd like to plant in your mind is treat others as ends and not as means. We live in a society where we are goal-driven. There is that best-selling book, The Purpose-Driven Life. And our work ethic is maximum efficiency in whatever we do. But you cannot have a genuine relationship with someone when you're using them as a means to attain some goal. Maximal personal efficiency in relationships is an oxymoron. Relationships must be pursued for their own sake and not as means to some other end. And the last thing I want to say, which is the most important thing I have to say, and the most important thing that anyone has said here, and many have said it, your only job is to be here now. No matter what is happening, no matter where you are, your only job is to be here now. I wonder if you can repeat that with me. My only job is to be here now. So I leave you to this last segment and to our three speakers. I leave you to your job, and I go to do my job, which is to be here now. Thank you.